Hi, hello. I just wanted to make an intro to this vlog, slash chat about my comics, because that's kind of what it's turned into. I didn't, you joining us too? I didn't, make an intro. Basically, in this video, I'm just going to be chatting about my comics, various projects that have worked on, the short comic that I've just recently done, and my graphic novel. I can't stop laughing. I'm just I don't have a lot to say about it, but I hope that you enjoy the video, and that it's helpful in some kind of way to you. Let's get into it. Oh, I've just been doing some like actual drawing with a pencil. I haven't done a lot of that kind of drawing in a long time. I've done a lot of like digital drawing for the last few years, honestly, and I've struggled to pick up actual art materials and do traditional art, and like I procrastinated a lot before picking the pencil up and actually drawing something. But I have been really enjoying it. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying doing something, I don't know, there's something that feels very different about doing things with actual materials. I mean, not the digital kind of, like it's still a physical like tool, but it's not, I don't know, there's something very different about this kind of thing, because it's not so easy to just erase everything, and you can't like just zoom in and like draw tiny little details, which is good for me because I was trying to do this little comic idea digitally and it was just looking too, it wasn't going right, and I think the problem was it was like it was too clean. So I'm not doing it digitally anymore. In theory I will finish it and I'll put it up on Instagram and stuff like that, because it's just a little comic experiment thing. I want a way of doing little comics that's quite fast. This could be quite fast if I wasn't being so nervous, I want to say, about it. Like, I just feel really nervous or something. Like, I feel like uncomfortable, and I have this problem that I've noticed with feeling uncomfortable. Like, I will literally not do things. Like, I will avoid anything that makes me feel uncomfortable, and I think that's part of the problem I've been having with art for a while, is that if it's something that, I don't know, I find a bit more challenging and difficult, I will just avoid it like the plague, because I don't want to feel uncomfortable. And yeah, I think that's what the problem has been. One of, like, I'm not gonna say that's not like the only problem I've had, but like I think it counts towards it quite a bit, because my comic that my graphic novel that I've been working on for like 5 years or something, I mean, it's not all because of that, but like when I sit down to work on it, when I'm drawing scenery or backgrounds, I have this nervousness, and like I'm getting better with certain things. Like, I'll never be like buildings, I don't think I'm ever gonna enjoy drawing, but I think my biggest problem is like trying to draw a lot of things in perspective, and like I need to draw a car quite a few times in this bit of the comic that I'm on at the minute, and that makes me uncomfortable because I just don't have the experience drawing cars. It doesn't help that I'm not really that interested in drawing cars, but when you draw like comics and things, you kind of have to draw whatever your story kind of calls for. Mio is being adorable. but also sticking her claws in me, which is not adorable. So yeah, I just wanted to share that little insight, I guess. I'm hoping to do more traditional kind of work, because I think it feels better to do, and I miss doing it. Like, I'm not going to stop doing digital art. My comic, like graphic novel that I've been working, I'm not going to like redo it traditionally, you know. It's like, it's fine digitally. Meow, look at her, she's feral. Meow, what's this? Okay, hello, hi. This is a bit of a new setup for me. Hence you can see the little, the base of the light, well, the base of the camera stand slash ring light just here. I'm not actually using the ring light because it reflects in my screen, and there's some daylight, so I think I'm okay for lighting. But I couldn't get my tripod to work. Well, I couldn't find a space for it. I couldn't find a space for my tripod without also seeing the bottom, so I thought maybe this setup is better. But you can see the base of the ring light because I can't find a way of doing it without. If I turn the base around, the ring light wants to like topple over because my phone's on it. It's too heavy. So it kind of, that's just like the way it is right now because I don't have a perfect setup for this. The thing that I usually use, which is just kind of like a little, let me show you a little, I don't know if I can get, yeah, like this. which is like just a little, do they call them gooseneck things? I'm not sure. It has a little bendy neck thing, but to do like a top down thing, it's not really tall enough. It just like clips onto my desk and it's really handy for some things, but for a top down thing it doesn't really work. So I've put that to the side and I'm just using my ring light because it has a little phone holder on it as well, so it's holding the phone as well. I tried to set my desk up in a little in an aesthetic way. It's not really that aesthetic, but I'm trying with a little setup, just to make it look a bit nicer. My desk is not usually aesthetic at all, but anyway, the point of this clip is that I just want to do a little update on the comic that I was doing. So I drew it all like traditionally. I drew all of the comic traditionally with like a proper pencil. I believe that's the actual pencil I used as well. There's like an 8B. I do like Faber-Castell pencils, but I'm not too fussy really when it comes to pencils, but I do like a soft dark pencil. I recently got rid of all of my hard ones. Well, I've gotten them ready to take to the charity shop or something like that because I just don't use the H pencils because I've never seen the point in them. I mean, I know that like if you're doing a like really good pencil drawing, like hyperrealism or something, there's probably a use in like sketching things out first, or if you're doing like architectural things, I'm not sure, but for what I do anyway, I use soft pencils, so yeah. Anyway, aside from that tangent, I drew it all out with an 8B pencil. I drew out the text on a separate piece of paper, as I'm pretty sure I recorded, so you should have seen. So I drew that out on a separate piece of paper, and then I brought them into Procreate and basically just like layered it up. So, well, what I did, because at the minute I have a Photoshop subscription, probably won't for much longer, but I think I can do it. I need to start trying to relearn Clip Studio again. So I basically in Photoshop I took, because I don't think you can do it in Procreate, I selected the like pencil lines away from like the paper texture. I like the paper texture, but on this one I've just put it on a different paper texture, which you can barely tell is a paper texture. I got some like moleskin paper a while ago, which I don't have to hand, but and I made this kind of thing into a mold. I put the moleskin texture, so you can see this layer's the paper texture, and then I put this on this layer, and then I did the same with the pencil with the writing. I put that on a separate layer. I don't name my layers, I should, but I'm a terrible human, so I don't. So basically that's all I did for all of the panels, and then I've put them onto square backgrounds for my Instagram, and then I also did them on 9x16 I think it is, for putting it onto TikTok and YouTube Shorts. So yeah, you can see I did try, and I did it in a few different ways. Like this is just on the paper texture. Yeah, I tried and failed at a few things before I came to, but these are the original sketches. These sketches were actually from quite a while ago, and I'd scanned them into my computer because I like to scan all of my sketchbooks in, because I did get rid of old ones quite a while ago. So yeah, some really old, like, well, not really old, they're a couple of years old, I'm not sure when I did them. This is when I tried to draw it digitally and realised that it's just not a good, I don't know, like, it just didn't work for what I wanted it to look like. Because I think when I draw digitally, I go in like, I'm like zooming in and getting every tiny little detail. When you draw on paper, you can't really do that. I mean, obviously you can't zoom in, so even like the detailed bits, you can't do them as detailed if you're drawing them quite small, which is what I wanted, because it was going to take me absolutely forever. And the idea is I wanted to find a way of making like comics that are quick to do, that aren't super perfect and super refined. So like there's going to be some little sketchy lines and things like that that's got like left in the drawings, and that's the point, because I don't want it to be like super perfect. That was the idea. Anyway, so I just did that, and then obviously like they're in my photos so that I could upload them, and I've uploaded them today, but that will be a while ago when I upload this YouTube video. I'm thinking of making a tiny little comic or something just out of these panels, something that I can like fold up or something. I'm not sure. That's a whole different story, but yeah, so basically that's all of that. It's a bit annoying, like the restrictions of Procreate. Like I love Procreate, like I love Procreate, because it doesn't have all of the bells and whistles, because I can just open it up and draw, and there's not a million things, because my brain doesn't like it when there's like too many things and it's really complicated. Like my brain just does not like that at all. So I like to do, so I do like Procreate for that, because Photoshop for me, I'm not gonna lie, is a little bit overwhelming. Like I can do what I need to on it, and if I need to do different things in the future I can figure it out, I'm sure. But it's just nicer for me to be able to use Procreate. So I use Procreate for a lot, but there are things that Procreate can't do, hence I had to do a little bit in Photoshop, which isn't ideal. I would like to be able to do it all in like one place, but Procreate is what it is, and I love it for what it is. And as far as I know, I mean, maybe there's a way of doing that in Procreate, but I don't know of it yet. So the comic is kind of self-explanatory. I don't know, I like to make comics, like even my longer form comics tend to be things that kind of irk me a little bit. Like when I see things that feel incorrect to my experience, like, I don't know, healing is depicted sometimes as this thing where, even though they say, oh, you know, it's not linear, no one says, actually, does it end? I mean, maybe for some people, I'm not gonna say like for everybody there's no end point, but I feel like healing from certain things, traumas and like mental illness, I feel like a lot of the time it's something that every day you have to work on. I feel like it's not something that you just work on for a while and then it finishes and then you're all better and healed and everything is fine. Which is kind of what my graphic novel story Their Shadows is about at the base of it, because I feel like so many stories, especially I guess mostly stories that are aimed at a younger age group, but like I grew up with these stories, and Rapunzel being one of them. Well, Tangled, the Disney version, where it's like she had all of this trauma and then I don't know, it's like she found her prince, got married and like lived happily ever after. It just doesn't feel very realistic. So I don't know, that kind of narrative annoys me, even though I know, again, it's not meant to be that deep, it's a kid's like film. But I don't know, this idea of happy ever afters, and like even in shows aimed at like older, like adults, I just feel like a lot of stories there's this moment where it's like, oh, and now I'm healed. And it just, for me at least, it's like, that's not how it happens, you know? It's like, will I ever be fully healed? Probably not. It just doesn't feel like something that's gonna magically be cured one day, you know? It's like, it's something to be worked on. And yeah, so at the base of it, that's kind of like this little comic. It's kind of what it is, because I feel like maybe someone needs to hear that, because I needed to hear that at a time, and I feel like other people probably need to hear that. So anyway, that's all about this comic. That's all about this comic and how it was made, and I hope that is useful for someone somehow. Okay, while I'm on my iPad and have this little setup here, I kind of wanted to talk about my comic, my graphic novel 30, which I've been working on for a long time. I've been working on it for probably about 6 years, like from story concept idea kind of part to, which was very good English, to like this part that I'm working on now, which is like okay, so the latest page I've been working on is page 111, and this is of a 200 plus page graphic novel, and the pages that I've done so far are not complete, like by a long shot. Like some pages are complete, so here's an example of a finished page, which I'm pretty proud of, I've got to say. And then I've got some that are just like, I mean, this one's literally like not even really started. There's some very pale lines on there, but not really. Another one that's like very minimally done. But what I wanted to do was like start the pages and see what, so I have to go through all of these pages and what I need reference for, like source reference images, so that I can draw those individual bits. Right now I'm doing the easy parts. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. My brain doesn't work in a linear fashion, I guess. It's like, this is hard, so I'm going to leave it. It's not it's not a good way of doing it, because I feel like I'm gonna hate myself when I have to go back and do the bits that I've left, because I'm gonna be like, I don't actually want to draw this because it's going to be difficult. But I feel like most of it, like once I've got some reference images, is going to be fairly simple. I hate sourcing reference images. I don't know why. It's just one of them things that my brain's like, I don't want to do this. But yeah, otherwise, like, it's going to be fairly simple, like some of the things with reference images. I mean, this isn't even going to be that difficult. There are a lot of things that aren't actually going to be that difficult, but I'm just putting things off. But I'm so excited for it to be finished. Like, I cannot tell you how excited I am to actually finish it. Like, looking at this makes me like really happy. But as I say, I do have like a lot more pages to do. So yeah, it's gonna take me a good while. I've said for the last couple of years I want to finish it this year, but it's just not being realistic, and I probably won't even finish it next year if I'm being realistic, which is quite depressing if I'm perfectly honest, because I've been working on it for so damn long and I want it finished. But I just don't have it there yet, and it's really frustrating. I also feel like I'm probably going to want to go back and like redo some things once I finished it, which is also really annoying, because I don't want to do that. I'm going to try and just whatever it is, I'm gonna live with it. I'm not, barring like maybe some like inconsistencies if I have some, but maybe like barring some inconsistencies if there are some. But yeah, I don't want to redo it, because I feel like I can get caught in a trap doing that. But I don't know, I'm just like really proud of some of the artwork in it, and even though it's like, it's out of my comfort zone, like the way of drawing this is out of my comfort zone. It's not like the way I've drawn the main character Dan and some of the other characters in it, so like more main characters that are more prominent in the story. This way with line work, that is like comfort zone me, what, you know, it's like what I do. The way I've drawn the background that's more shapy, if that's the way I can put it, and more painterly, not my comfort zone at all. And I think that's part of the reason it's taken a bit longer, because it stresses me out, because I'm not good at that kind of style of art. So this one, for instance, this page is a lot of that, and I don't think I finished it really quite yet. There are some things I need to kind of work on to make look a little more detailed, a little better, but it's, yeah, because it's not quite, I don't know, it's not quite where I want it to be, so there are some pages that are going to take a little more time, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end. So anyway, my idea at the minute is, so these are the pages, these are just like my sketchy pages, because as you can see there's like, what, 208 pages, but some of these are like, there's more than 208, because what I did when I went through to edit, I added some. So for instance, like this page is 26.5, so I've kind of added pages in between actual page numbers, so I'm not 100% sure the actual page count, but it's like 208 plus, so it could be like 215 or something like that. I'm not sure how many pages I added, because for instance, I am currently drawing from page 95 of my sketches, and that is page 111 on the actual pages, so actually it's going to be more than probably 215. Yeah, so that's just kind of how it is at the minute, how it be, which is again a little bit depressing, but I'm getting to the halfway point in at least incomplete pages, which again is a little bit frustrating and depressing, but we're getting there, and that's the important thing. And what I've done recently is I'm trying to record myself while I'm drawing them and upload them to like Instagram and TikTok and YouTube Shorts and everything, so that I can tell myself, okay, I'm uploading this once a week, so I at least have to do enough to record for that week, so I have to make some progress every week, which is nice. That's a nice thing to think about, because and it's manageable, because I can at least find a small period of time every week to work on it. I should be able to find more than that, but without pushing myself and making myself miserable, I can at least do that, at the very least. I have worked on it more recently than I have in a while, so I'm hoping that that continues, and maybe that I work on it even more. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping with that, and that I can get it finished like at some point in the next couple of years, hopefully. I really want it finished like soon. I'd like to get it finished next year. Like, I'm not stupid enough to think I'm going to finish it this year, because there's like 3 months left in the year, and yeah, not much time. And I have like over 100 pages, which if I was working on it like full time, but I'm not, so, but yeah, I'm going to try and do more work on that and hopefully get it finished. I'm repeating myself. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with comic projects. I kind of want to make a new little short comic for Thought Bubble, which I did this last year, was it? Or the year before, where I was like, there's a month left, I want to make a new comic for Thought Bubble. I'm not going ambitious if I do make a short comic. It's gonna be like literally like a little zine or something very short. I could do like an October project, like Inktober type thing, if I could come up with something that would be easy enough to do like a panel or a whatever page a day. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I did do that before, and I was studying at the time when I did Inktober. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know how I fit everything in, honestly, but I did somehow, and I'm glad that I did, because I got a little comic out of it. But if I could do that and print it, I want to hand bind it. I don't want to like send it away to be printed. I want to hand make it myself, so if I could do that, I could do like a little short run of hand bound comics, because even after, so I finish at the end of October, I can I can bind it at the beginning of November and just have it done in time. This is what I constantly do to myself. But it is what it is, I guess. So, anyway, okay. I'm gonna go now. I don't know whether this will be the end of this little video vlog, whatever I decide to call it. It might be. I'm gonna record an outro. I'll record an outro if I decide to not record anymore, but I might record a little bit more of something. I'm not sure what yet, because so far I think this is like very comic heavy, so maybe I can make it a comic-y type theme. We'll see what happens. Hello again, welcome to the end of the video. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope that it was helpful. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you have anything to tell me, please leave a comment. It'd be nice to have a chat in the comments about anything, kind of if you have any questions about my comic making process or anything like that. If you just want to chat comics, if you have any recommendations for comics or graphic novels, I love reading them. Graphic novel, I don't read many comic series, but maybe if it's up my alley then I would. I kind of like I like quite introspective stuff, so maybe recommend me something. Anyway, I will see you again next time, hopefully in my next video, and until then I hope that you have a lovely couple of weeks, or however long it ends up being, hopefully just 2 weeks. Take care of yourselves, remember that you are loved, and I will see you next time for another video. Bye for now.